In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, and Amen we trust, as the Republic of Mentellect, the true 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, the Mentellians. Menzeka Aminun to all my Mentellian brothers and sisters out there, registered members of the Republic of Mentellect, and to all future Mentellians who have yet to make their way home to Amen's covenant, which is Republic of Mentellect. I send greetings out to you, and I send peace out to you, and I'm Mentellian language when I say to you, Menzeka Aminun. Good evening. I'm your host, the intellectual Bibi Menkares, and this is Mentellect Radio. And tonight, we're going to be discussing does love really exist in the fourth dimension and beyond? The reason why I want to discuss this is because we are, the elect of us, are moving into the fourth dimension collectively, as a collective body. And being that we are the first and we're going to be the only ones moving into the fourth and the fifth and the higher and upper dimensions. And certain ones will follow behind us gradually. Some will stay in the three-dimensional. Some are just still in the two-dimensional. We have to explain the very thing that emotions have become attached to, right? And that is the word love. And the idea of love, which is attached to emotional feelings, emotional senses, that is not meant to be the true personification of love. The true personification of love, ultimate sacrifice. That is the true personification of love, not the love between two people, not the love between, not the infatuation and the things that people tell you love is. Because like I said before, people have this emotional infatuation, lust, and all these other things that they mistake love for, and that's not what love is. See, how you know that is because over time, when these so-called things that you thought were love start to fade, when you start to seek more from somebody beyond just the personal connection you have with them, you know, you usually end up breaking up with these people when the infatuation is no longer there. And you say, I ain't in love with you no more. I don't love you no more, right? You don't have that love that you thought you had before with that person. You walk away from people, right? Because you realize that the love or the fact of being infatuated and in love was temporary. Because usually at that point, people are trying to move to the next dimension, to the next level, because that whole thing and the idea of love plays out after a while. Infatuation plays out. These things play out after a while. Then when these things play out, you have nothing left. You have nothing left to move on. And the only reason you have this idea in your head of love is because the so-called white man makes love look like a beautiful thing. He makes love look like a thing of infatuation, something to be desired, right? Basically childish three-dimensional things of what he tells you love is. Rarely will people have a clear comprehension of what love is beyond just the two people that are in this so-called love relationship, or the things that you love in society, like people, place, and possession. Basically, love in this society is based on people, place, and possession, the three-dimensional, right? And you don't understand the greater love beyond that, which is power. True power comes by way of sacrifice, and that is the greatest love. When two become one after the order of Amen, that is true love, because they're not here together for infatuation. They're not here together because I like you or I like you. They don't been past that point already, right? It's not about that anymore. And if the greater love of sacrifice comes and those two reach that point, they have to be willing to sacrifice one another. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that they have to sacrifice that union if it is not of Amen. Two people in a union have to sacrifice that union, just like you have to sacrifice things and possessions and places, things that you love so much, material things, because your connections are material for the ultimate power, right? The ultimate power is that connection with Amen. And to carry or bring about descendants or ascendants or of Amen. That is the ultimate love. The ultimate love is what's going to benefit the future world. That is the ultimate love. So if you're living for the power, the connection to Amen, and in that power and in that connection, you're bringing forth stronger seeds, stronger regenerated seeds, then you have the greatest love because you are doing the will of Amen, which is to move forward, to evolve. Amen wants our people, the chosen, the elect, to evolve. Amen does not want our people to get caught up in people, place, and possession. I don't care if it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. You got to be prepared on this journey to lose those people. You got to be prepared. Why I say you have to be prepared to lose those people? Because, again, everybody is not guaranteed to be of Amen, even if they come amongst this covenant and say they are of Amen. They're not guaranteed that. So if those people leave and you say, oh, I want to stay, they're trying to pull you with them. And if you go with those people who are not of Amen, that means you were never of Amen. Or you forsook Amen for people, place, and possession. I don't care if it's your husband, your wife, your children, whatever. That favorite car you like, their job, whatever. You put something before Amen. And when you do that, that is not the ultimate love. The ultimate love is the Most High, because that is a continual and eternal love that you receive. Every breath that you take in the future world, every breath that your children are allowed to take in the future world is eternal love. And that's going to far outweigh any connection that you have with a person, a place, or a possession. Understand? Understand? It's going to far outweigh that. It's going to far outweigh anything that you supposedly were infatuated by that you're going to have. That's going to outweigh all of that. Your connection to Amen will continuously bring forth an everlasting seed, an everlasting bloodline, even in the evolution of your return here through that bloodline, through that seed. That's everlasting love, giving you the ability to live forever. Amen gave us the ability to live forever. So through that, that is everlasting love. That is beyond people, place, and possession. That is beyond that. That is beyond people, place, and possession. That is beyond all forms of two-dimensional connection and three-dimensional connection, which you have a collective connection to. It's beyond that. I see you, 267. I'm going to take your call. I see you. You can call back in. But that's what that's beyond. So in understanding that and getting that and moving forward in the name of that, we have to guarantee ourselves that connection with true love. Because, see, once you get told what true love is, to sacrifice all the things you love in the material world, then a lot of people are not going to really want to embrace true love, because you fall in and out of love with these things all the time. So how real is it? How real is it? You fall in and out of these things all the time. You have this infatuation for these things all the time. So how real is it? How real is it? Not very real at all. You understand? Not very real at all. So do you really think that this love, because the fourth dimension and beyond represents extended points of a picture, extended sides of a picture that are yet to be seen. It's like unfolding something, and as you are moving outer dimensionally, you're unfolding bigger pieces and bigger parts of the puzzle, or you're putting in pieces of the puzzle, or you are extending the picture. So if you are extending the picture, if you are of that picture, if you're extending that picture, then you will be able to tap into what that love is. You will be able to tap into who you are. Because I tell people all the time, you came here by yourself and you're going to leave here by yourself. But while you are here, you are in the collective body. You are in the collective body. You are part of the all and the eternal. You are part of the eternal power as part of the collective. And you embrace the love of that, being part of that elect. You embrace the love of that over two-dimensional and three-dimensional love, a.k.a. infatuation, a.k.a. limited connection. You embrace that. You embrace those who are of Amen, truly of Amen. You understand that? And that's something that you have to know over time. This is a great sacrifice, a supreme sacrifice. Right? This is a supreme sacrifice. And only those who are of Amen will be able to sacrifice that. You understand? Only those who are of Amen will be able to sacrifice that. So if our people have an issue with love or wanting to know what true love is, there it is, sacrifice. And in that sacrifice, that is the extension of Amen. No, love as you know it does not exist in the fourth dimension. Not the love of people, place, and possession. Right? Love of something greater. Right? Love of something greater. Love of something extended. That is the greatest love. Beyond that is nothing. Beyond that is things that are fleeting. Beyond that is things that are not continuous. Our love is continuous. Our sacrifice is continuous. Love is sacrifice. You understand? Love is sacrifice in the fourth dimension, outer dimension. That's what love translates into. Sacrifice. I'm going to take a call. 267, you're on the air.
Yeah, it's Sanders. What's up, man?
How you doing? What's going on, bro?
I ain't nothing.
Hello,
man.
I hear you.
About to do a few. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Oh, all right. So, I just want to start off like this, you know what I mean? Like, I've been listening to you for a little while. I ain't going to lie. I take a little bit in that you say, so I ain't going to straight up hate on you or nothing like that. I mean, because I think you got a lot of misconstrued what happened on the internet, but that's neither here nor there. And what made me start listening to you was the religion thing, because I grew up being Muslim. My whole family was Muslim my whole life. I mean, and you start hitting points. And before that, I already opened my eyes, because I lived the street like my whole life. You know what I mean? And I feel like when I hear you talk, you kind of down talk people in the streets like people can never change their life. So fast forward to that, I was listening to you, and you was hitting a lot of points, but I felt like you just like a lot of other conscious people, you start adding other stuff to continue more radio shows and all that. Far as Amen, I can believe you on Amen at some point, but then I also disagree on you on Amen, because you say on the other religions, like far as all right, who gave you, like far as like other religions, you say, well, you never talked to Prophet Muhammad, or when did Jesus Christ ever talk to you? Why y'all believe in Jesus Christ? What make you believe in Amen? Because first of all, the word Amen, which is spelled in an English word, which was created by a white man, number one. So what gave you, like, who gave you, like, I don't hear anybody talk about Amen but you. I never heard any other kind of people talk about Amen but you. So I need to know what gives you, like, what gives you the thought that Amen is talking to you through, like, Amen is talking through you. Like, I just want to understand it. I'm trying to get that on my mind. I feel like you just don't making that up to get a fan base. I mean, honestly, because I hear a lot of people. Go ahead. You want? Let me finish. I'm gonna let you talk. I feel like I hear a lot of people call you talk show, and nobody ever challenged you on this. Everybody act like they dumb and stupid, and they just some lead follower of you, and I don't understand this. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand. I really don't. And then you say that I'm another guy trying to follow a white man. I'm not trying to follow a white man. I know the white man is the devil. I know that. I'm more talented than you think. I might can't speak on the level you can speak, but I know a lot about this life because I live both sides of the field. I've been in the streets. A lot of people know me from where I'm from. You know what I mean? I live that life. My jail number 105-1176. No, I'm not proud of it because I know better now. But I live both sides of the fence. Do you never talk to nobody that lives both sides of the fence? You always talk to these people that's trying to follow you. Then I never hear you talk about the diet. You always talk about, the Amen or the fourth dimension. What about you living in America? What about the poison food you eat? I'm pretty sure you eat meat. And I heard you make a blog talking about Mr. Inky, which I know is another fraud, but you're talking about that you can't be on a vegan diet. Well, last time I checked, the Egyptians did not eat flesh, but yet you said you can eat meat. That's false. Meats take 2 weeks to break down in your system. Black people are not supposed to eat meat. That's a fact. That's why you see a lot of people, black people with guts, because it get caught in their digestion and their body cannot break down the meat. So how are you supposed to eat meat? Then all the poison, and then I seen you put another blog out about what you say, the destruction, the defamation or something about how almonds gonna start sending signals to people and you're gonna see them start killing themselves. That's a lie. White people out here got a lot of radio signals that they created. They even made a movie about this. By the food they eat is microchips in these foods that they putting out signals out and making black people go crazy and kill themselves, and white people and do stuff like that. You don't talk about none of that. But you said it's all coming from almond. So I'm trying to figure this out. Now go ahead, you can speak.
Okay. I'll let you, and I would say it to you, okay, and I'm going to say this. I don't want you to interrupt me because I listened to you. I said I was going to give you all of this uncut, let you get out everything, because you've been on Facebook in my groups saying all kinds of negative things about me stealing people money, I'm lying to people, all this other stuff. Yes, you could have did what you just did right now, which is take the time to call in and just say what you just really point you just made, which you don't understand what I'm talking about. That's really what the point is. The problem is you don't understand, okay? And based on your ignorance, because you don't understand, you're making a lot of assertions, things you do not know. Let me tell you something, young brother. I've been where you've been, and I get down like you did, more so than ever. I'm 47 years old, young blood. You ain't seen what I've seen or been where I've been. I don't care where you from. I'm from New York, and I've been everywhere, okay? And that's why I can talk to people all over the place, all everywhere. I've been on both sides of the speech. You don't know me. If you listen to my broadcast, you would have heard me speak on everything that you question. You talk about almond. You saying almond was created by the word almond was created by the white man. You don't know what you're talking about. The word almond is all throughout the Bible, and almond is all throughout the ancient texts, and it's pronounced that way, and it was meant to be pronounced in that way. Now, you as a Muslim, and I was a Muslim, brother, a real Muslim, not no fake Muslim, a real Muslim. You sealed off your prayers with the name Amin. Everybody in Islam, Christianity, Judaism, wherever they are, seal off their prayers with that name Amin. Why? Because that is the true name of the Creator. That's why. Yet you say, and rightfully, that you in this day and time, you don't hear nobody bringing up Amin as the true name of God. Yes, I am the one doing that. I spoke on many things concerning meat, and I talked about the consumption of meat. You saying that the ancient Egyptians, which I'm not trying to live like the ancient Egyptians. I don't know where you're getting that from. The ancient Egyptians did eat meat. They ate birds and they ate fish. Never know where in any diets were our people vegans. That's something from the white man. Yet you talk about not following the white man. Who's pushing the vegan diet but the white man? That's not coming from our people.
No, the white man not pushing the vegan diet.
Yes, he is pushing the vegan diet. Please do learn about the vegan diet.
Hold on, can I say one thing?
I'll let you talk. Hold on. I'll let you talk. I didn't say that. Who's pushing the vegan diet if not the white man? And these Negroes that's following it. That's who's pushing the vegan diet. Nowhere in the ancient text, nowhere in Egypt was our people vegans. They had birds and they was eating fish. That's a fact, brother. They were not no vegans back then. Okay? But that's what you say. You make statements.
But listen,
you don't know
this is where you fail to realize.
Hold on.
You bring up the Bible.
I let you talk. Hold on. I didn't say one word when you talk. You got to learn to keep your mouth closed. You don't listen. I kept my mouth closed when you talk, and you on my broadcast. Just like you came on my page and you were very disrespectful, yet you talk about being a man.
You ain't got to get high. So let's talk.
Hold on. I'm talking. I'm not finished talking. I'll let you talk. I gave you your time to talk. When I'm finished, then I'll let you talk. That's how this works. You need to learn how to communicate with people rather than coming on people's pages on an emotional rant, calling people names and telling them I'm ripping people off. You disrespecting another so-called black man. So-called, I say. I didn't disrespect you. I'll let you come up here and do that. But yet you talk about being someplace. You don't act like a man, brother. If you would have been man enough to call in here and just ask me what you didn't understand, I would have answered you. Again, if you're going to tell me what I'm doing is wrong, and what you talking about, I was feeling what you were saying about the religion until you start talking about other things, just say you don't understand. That's the biggest point of it. Just because you don't understand something don't mean it's not real or that it's fake. You need to get some more knowledge on things before you speak, because that's what this sounds like. Again, if you're going to criticize me, you got to tell me what you're doing to raise the people, because I'm creating a community. amongst my people. Because it kills me how you people will sit up here and you'll talk all this stuff about what I'm not doing, I'm phony, I'm false, and I'm faking the people, I'm taking people money, and then I'm broke. That's all the faggot shit you said on my page. That's what I'm
going to do. Wait, we ain't going to do that. We're not going to do that.
No. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do nothing or be nice about nothing. I tried to be nice to you, and I tried to inbox you as a brother. What's the problem?
All right, look at you, though. You
coming on. No. When I'm done, then I'll let you talk. I'm not done talking, brother. I'm not done talking. You came on here, like I said, and you was not a man about that. If you would have came to me like a man, just said, I don't understand, and that's the typical thing with a lot of you black males, because you don't understand something. You go on an emotional rant, and you start calling everybody a coon or calling them false or they're robbing the people, yet you ain't doing a goddamn thing for the people, but sitting on my page talking shit. That's the issue I got with you. If you don't understand something, just say you don't understand, young blood. You don't understand shit. Obviously. You ain't been in the world long enough.
I've seen a lot, man.
You ain't seen nothing.
I want to say something. You said you break up the Bible, right? Something says in the Bible.
You ain't seen nothing.
All right,
You've been around
you brought up the Bible, right? You read the Bible. No, you brought up the Bible. You brought up the Bible. Off the rant, we brought up the Bible, right? And it's something say in the Bible, everything comes from the sun. Everything that comes from the earth benefits from the sun, right? Am I wrong, right? All right, then. So
everything from the sun, everything that's coming from the sun is generated into the earth.
All right, but let's fast forward, right? You said that the Egyptians ate fish and all that, right? Where on a picture on the wall you see them eating flesh, period. Killing animals.
They fishing and they shooting arrows through birds. What do you think they doing that for? Exactly.
Killing animals.
You don't know nothing, brother. Look, you don't know nothing. They was eating fish and birds, brother. They was not eating no vegan diet. You got that from the white man.
And then I hear one blog talk. You said that the white man ain't connected with Amen. Then you got one that said, oh, Amen's dealing with the who's in power right now. They talking to the white man. Which one is it? That's not contradicting.
Hold on, I'll answer you. I said that Amen is not unconnected to the white man, meaning that they're not part of the projection, they're part of the creation. But Amen is utilizing them for certain things. That's what I said. Just because I use
is that not evil? Is that not evil?
Hold on. If you want to ask a question, be quiet and listen. You just asked the question, I'm answering. Keep your mouth shut. I say, just because I deal with people don't mean I'm connected to them. I could use you all over the place and use other people all over the place. Do that mean I'm connected to them?
So that means I'm an evil then, right?
There you go.
You talk about Allah being the devil.
Exactly. You don't understand.
He'll punish you. You say he'll punish you, right? He created you with fault, but then punish you for having them faults, right? But then you saying I've been using a white man against his own black race. That's what basically you saying. Because right now we
that's where you're
right
wrong,
now,
brother. The black race don't belong to Amen. The black race is mentally dead. They don't belong to Amen.
You know what I mean? I know white man created that, but
the elect belong to Amen. The chosen who are coming out of the black race. Obviously, again, you ain't been listening. The black race is just as mentally dead as the so-called white race, but the Amen is using the white race over the so-called black race because the black race are mentally dead. I said those who are coming out of the black race, the elect, those are of Amen, not the so-called black race. Because as you can see, this is why Amen ain't dealing with the black man and black woman because of people.
Why did it get like that?
The
Egyptians fought and the empire fell. Am I wrong? They fought and they started fighting and the empire fell. That's how we got in this position. Number one, so you say the black race, they the reason.
No, you got in this position because you was following the white man and because you started doing what you're doing right now, which was deviating from the path of Amen. That's how you got here.
The white man was created by the black man. They took the lesser genes from a black man and infused it with a monkey or gorilla. Am I wrong? That's the truth. A black man created the white man. And in the lab, took the lesser genes from a black man.
Amen created the white man, and Amen projected the so-called black man here as the bright man who became the so-called black man over time through creation. No black man created no white man. Amen did.
Is any books on that?
Is any books on that? No, ain't no books. So go read the white man books. You need to see that. Like I said, it's all throughout the Bible and all throughout the ancient texts. That's what you need. The Enuma Elish, the Gilgamesh epic. Those.
I got one more point to bring. Bring up Dr. York.
Hold on.
Bring up Dr. York a lot.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Those Caucasians or human beings that you're talking about that created came from a extended or natural race of beings who came here, and that was the Amish. Those who came here.
Okay, you brought up Dr. York. You're teaching about Dr. York. That's funny because I know somebody
now
personally know that guy.
I'm not teaching about Dr. York. Look, brother, look. No.
I hear you always talk about how you're a student of Dr. York, right? No, wait. You bring him up a lot in your shows. Don't say you don't. I can bring up over 30 shows and bring up Dr. York.
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. But you never speak about him being a demon, right? About him having over 150 kids. I know somebody how he was having sex with all these women.
About the man. You don't know. You talking about? Listen, brother. Nobody you hear saying. Do you know Dr. York?
That's not hearsay. Cousin Watsy know the dude.
Do you know Dr. York? Yes or no? Do you know Dr. York?
Cousin Watsy know him personally. Cousin Watsy, he's from New
Yes
York.
or no?
He told me all the dirty stuff about that dude.
Do you know Dr. York? Do you know him?
It don't matter. I don't gotta know it.
Exactly. No, you
don't. I know
know.
You got right now for having 150 children.
You like a little bitch right now. Bitches talk shit about people, things they don't know, people they don't
know.
Dude,
it's true.
It's bitchified, brother. You don't know Dr. York. I know Dr. York.
So what? I don't gotta know about. I know that all you black people that get knowledge, every last one of y'all get cocky. While y'all all
talking about a man that's behind bars somewhere and whatnot for setting out there sacrificing for his people? You ain't doing a damn thing for your people. Yet you want to talk about what this man did because
I put it like this: anybody that was a threat against the white man been wiped out. Why you ain't wiped out then yet? If you have so much knowledge, why you ain't wiped out? Malcolm X, all of them been wiped out.
You want me to be wiped out?
Obviously, what you saying ain't connected.
Is that what you want?
Obviously, what you saying is not connected. You ain't no threat.
Okay, well,
all I hear is you rant. I don't never hear you talk positive.
I
never hear you talk positive.
Is that what
you always rant.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want me to be a threat? Will that make me real for you to be a threat?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
anybody that was a threat got wiped out. Anybody that spoke against some real things been wiped out. Why you ain't wiped out? Why they ain't doing nothing to you?
You want things different? Because again, hold on, I'm gonna tell you why I am not a threat. Because I'm not here to destroy black man. I'm here to replace. So you don't understand that. You understand destruction because you destroy black man. Mentally, you're destroyed.
The white man ain't gonna never allow nobody to wait for black people.
That's why all got to do ourselves. One person can't lead black person. Coming on here, you being emotional. Hold on. You coming on here, you speaking about things you know nothing about, and you coming on here being ignorant. That's the worst thing. Like I said, you are destroyed mentally, and a lot of black males are like you. You were destroyed mentally because you came up here, you don't even know what you're talking about. Why even bother to listen to me if you're saying I'm false? Why join groups just to come in there and talk shit about things?
Well, because I hear you always talk about
other that you didn't even understand.
People, you're doing the same thing.
You admitted that you didn't even understand half of what I teach. You admitted that.
I never admitted that. When did I admit that?
How you going to come up here and say anything to me? You did say that. Go back and listen.
I never said that.
You said I didn't understand this. I didn't understand. You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
I never said that. No, I never said that.
Yes, you did say that. Yes, you did. You said I don't know and I don't understand how this could be this and how this could be that. And I said, and I tried to explain things to you. You understand? But see, people like you already got it made up in your mind that I'm trying to rip people off. I'm trying to lie to people and all that. So there's no talking to you and there's no.
Do you not take donations?
Don't listen
to me no more.
Brother, don't listen to me no more. That's how you do that. Don't listen to me no more because obviously you don't understand.
You getting in your feelings. You act like a girl right now.
Black man is one who is absent of light. You are absent of light. I don't have to explain anything. I'll be explained to 1,000 broadcasts. Where's your broadcast to talk anything? Where's your one of your broadcasts about anything?
I'm not about to try to risk my life for these folks out here. They did. I already know that.
Yeah,
right? Like I said, like one dude said, what was his name?
I'm not about to sit up here and talk to somebody who got their mind made up already, brother. There's no explaining nothing to you. You're nothing but a so-called black man.
Black people got to come together. That's it. Ain't one person can lead 100 people. You're going to get wiped out. You'll be another person dead, like Malcolm X and all the rest of them.
You're useless, brother. You're useless. You're useless. You serve no purpose.
And you, what have you done for the people? What have you done?
Okay, I'm doing something. Why are you sitting up here talking on my show? I'm bringing up a community. You know how many followers I got? People, I'm putting together a real community. What are you doing?
All right.
What is your solution?
What was Malcolm X doing? That's what I'm saying. People like Malcolm X, they were doing something.
No. Since you say I'm wrong and I'm doing all this wrong stuff and I'm bad and whatever the case is, what are you doing? I'm waiting.
Oh, I'm living my life.
Exactly. Nothing.
I'm living
Nothing.
my life.
Being
I know
a
what's
nigga.
not. I'm
Being a
not
goddamn
doing
nigga.
the same stuff I used to get into.
Being a
I'm not
useless
falling
nigga.
over the
That's
same
all
shit I
you're
used to.
Yeah, all right, you being a useless
I'm not out
nigga.
here.
That's all. You sit, yeah, you out here doing nothing, black man. You doing nothing. Just like
I'm living my
other
life.
black men who got time to sit up on Facebook and talk shit all day and criticize somebody with. You are not fit to criticize nobody if you're not doing shit. Do you understand me, black man? Black male? You are not on any level to criticize anything if you're doing nothing. Get me somebody that's doing something. Get me a nigga that's doing something. Then you could get him to call up here and criticize me. A nigga that's really doing something for the people. Don't you are not qualified to say nothing to me. You understand, black male?
You to say that to me though. Who are you to say
You're
that
not,
to me?
no,
You
are
feel
you
like you
doing
some
anything?
god or
Are
something.
you doing anything? Yes or no? Yes or no? What are you doing?
I'm not about to. I'm not doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing to help these people out.
Conversation over with, black male. Conversation over with. You're not doing
I know
anything.
that.
You ain't. Where's your radio
You petty. You wanna argue and yell. You ain't even positive. What's positive? You have no positive message. All I hear you rant all day.
I'm not trying to be positive,
and yelling.
black man. I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to be real. Real
so
encompasses everything, both
you
positive
just like a black person.
Real encompasses
got
everything
positive
and
then you want to talk crap on the radio.
You don't understand that. Hold on. I'm not trying to be positive for niggas like you. You want somebody to tell you it's okay, everything gonna be all right. Hold your
Why
hand.
you using the word white man? Why you using the word niggas? You a black man. You using the word niggas. That's what white people say, right?
You want a hug, black man.
You saying the word niggas. Ain't that white people? Didn't they generate that? Why you using the white man word? Why you using the white man money? Why you need donation with the white man money?
But now you got a problem cursing me out on Facebook. Hold on. You cursed me out on Facebook and disrespected me. Now I call you a nigga. Oh, you got a problem now? You offended? You disrespected me, but I called you a nigga. Now you offended.
Hey, it wouldn't have got like that if your people would have minded business. I was talking to you. You should have responded. They want to get into it.
You came in there minded up, and nobody care about you. Go somewhere, smoke your weed, and go chill out in Philly with the rest of the dead-minded niggas. Won't you just do that? Nobody's concerned with what you think, black man. You on your way out of here with the rest of the black race, man, and your slave master, goddamn white man. Y'all on your way out of here, man. Enough of this damn foolishness. 704.
Good evening, sir. All right. Well, of course, that was obviously an agent of chaos trying to bring in confusion. And I mean, I can say right now that it's like the fact that he doesn't understand shows that he doesn't have a soul. Like even just listening to everything you were saying before he was calling in, how basically how what love truly is, what true love is when it's ultimate sacrifice and things like that, I felt like the flame in my chest, it started to burn and things like that. And I mean, basically he didn't feel that in his chest. So I mean, that means he didn't have a soul. It wasn't going to resonate with him, which means he wasn't going to understand it. And it's basically he was a lost cause. So it's just like I learned from experience not to waste energy on them. And it's just like all I'm going to say is that not everybody is going to be like him. So there are definitely the people, like the message is definitely getting to the right people. Like it's picking up the wrong people along the way, but it's definitely getting to the right people. So it was just like I already know it's not going to stop you from transmitting and things like that. It's just like just had to let it out there because I felt like if I didn't like provide proof that there are people that this message actually resonates with, then he would have tried to call back in again and waste more time and things like that. But
well, no, we've done talking. We've done talking. See, because I didn't mean to turn it up like that, but see, when you come in here and he would inbox me, he would go in our MENTELLECT radio groups and call me all kind of names, disrespect me and whatnot. Now this is a so-called black man that's been all over the place and know that. One of the first things you do if you so-called been all over the place, you don't come in nobody's house disrespecting. Those Mentellect radio groups represent extensions of my house. You don't come in my house and disrespect nobody. That's how you know that's a black male and not a black man, not a real man. That's a male. Men know better.
Yeah.
Because somebody could take your head off. I don't care where you think you've been. And that's the problem with a lot of these males out here. They don't understand caution. They don't understand danger. They don't understand what can happen to you, that anybody could get it. But like I said, again, when you're not a real man, you do things like that. If you was a real man, you would have see me, brother. You know, I have some questions and whatnot, and come in a unemotional way and ask questions. I would explain to them. I've never had any problem explaining things to people who were sincere and who really wanted to know. I have no problem breaking down everything I've ever taught about Mentellect. But when you come in here and he showed you, he just said this thing, he don't understand this, he don't understand it. So he heard one or two shows that wasn't going in. And obviously, because it wasn't, he was getting frustrated, and trying to find fault and things and whatnot. Then he go off into talking about Dr. York. And I'm like, what does that got to do with what we're talking about?
Yeah.
You know, why are you attacking Dr. York? Come out, he got 150 children. What do you care how many children the man got? What do you care? You worry about what a man doing his sex life, how many children he got. Why do you care? But that's the black male for you. He got the energy. He got the energy, and he got the spirit of a female.
He was talking about everywhere he's been and things like that, but he didn't say anything about going anywhere after that. He basically said, I've been everywhere, as if he had come to the end of his line already. Like he wasn't going to go anywhere anyway.
Well, he ain't never been nowhere. Like I said, all these niggas talking this on how they been in the street and all that street. Look, man, I done been there. Probably when these guys was, I was done with the street thing before these guys knew what to do with it, man. I was done with that already, man. So all that street talking, all that, the niggas trying to talk tough and what they been, I don't care about all that, because I know the bravado of most of these so-called black males who I was next to in the streets, a lot of these guys was weak, man. They was trying to play hard, and they was trying to be around. But like I said, it don't matter in the real world, man. The real world is community, community, community. That's what I'm standing for, community, putting our people back together, the elects back together. He ain't trying to do that, man. He just want to come up here and argue like some female on his damn period or something like that. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
You understand? Get a damn tampon.
Yeah, and when it comes to building a community, and when it comes to building a community, it's definitely expanding. Like, I have regular conversations daily with other people who I engage in that same extramural activity, and we actively work to make plans on building for the future after we join Mentellect. I'm of course not a member yet, but I have definitely I've definitely been inspired by the message, and I'm definitely gonna of course continue to work until I can get to that point, and then it's just it's no problem with me for being able to not be a member or anything like that, because the message still resonates. It's I don't have to.
Well, like I said, brother, ain't about excuses, brother. It's about doing what you got to do. Do what you got to do. You ain't got to explain nothing to me. Just do what you got to do. And like I said, this guy to my old, the white man is sending messages for people. Who you think the white man got the technology from? But from us.
Exactly. I was saying that to myself.
Who you think telepathically
exactly
transmitted that technology to the so-called white man to put these thoughts in his head to do that? But see, again, when you're dealing with simple-minded Negroes, they don't understand because they really believe. Then he asked me, what book is that coming out? You understand? Then I named books. He just said Amen. He ain't never heard nothing about no Amen. See, again, you're talking to things about things you don't understand, you don't know, and you're speaking out of ignorance. The worst thing that anybody could ever do with anything is speak from a point of ignorance. You get your facts straight, and then if you don't know or you don't understand, you ask the question. I answer this question. But like I said, when you're dealing with people who really don't want the answer, they want to question and question and question because they're trying to catch you in something. They're trying to expose something, say you're lying, all this other nonsense. Because like I said, at the end of the day, they really don't want the elect to make it. They want everybody to be niggas like them. They want everybody to die. And then he said, what did he just say? I'm not trying to risk my life for these people out here and this and the third. That's not love.
Yeah.
If you truly have a love and you claim that what you're doing is exposing me, then that means you got to offer the people something better. If you're saying I'm wrong, then you got to replace me with something better. You got to come with something better if I'm wrong. But to come with nothing other than trying to insult me and trying to get a one-up on me because it's making you you think it's going to convert you from a male into a man, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You think that that's somehow
Right.
going to change because you feel some kind of way that's going to make you from a male into a man. It's not going to happen.
That's right.
I can't make you can't change males into men. You got to be born with that extension that had that wisdom and that understanding to become a man. And I gave him his little 15 seconds, 15 minutes, whatever, 10 minutes or whatever, to let him get it out there and say what he had to say. Basically, what you heard was a bunch of nonsense. You understand? That's all you heard was nonsense and foolishness. Emotional.
It's the same way. It's the same with every black.
Like what he did on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
No respect, nothing. No respect for the work I put in. No respect for the work that I do. No respect, even if you didn't understand it. Even if you didn't agree with it, I respect things. Like I said, even if I don't understand it, if I see work being put in. But see, this generation here don't understand work. They don't understand nothing of respect. They don't understand nothing. I mean, that mass majority, they don't understand what work goes into raising up a community because they're not going to do it like he just said. And I quote, I ain't going to put myself out there for these people and whatnot. Well, nigga, you ain't offering nothing to the people, so keep your goddamn mouth shut if you ain't offering nothing. But talking shit on Facebook like the majority of these people, like the majority of these black males do. All they can do is run their mouth on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and whatnot and talk crap about people. That makes them feel good.
All right, well, I'm going to continue listening. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to continue listening. Hopefully hopefully nobody else come in and waste time like that.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm still at the point, because I always keep my promise. I told this nigga I would let him talk for a minute. I called you a nigga because you are a nigga. You understand? I don't got no love for the nigga race. I'm for the brighter bronze race. You a defector, not you but him. All right, brother. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Take it.
All right.
716.
Good evening, Brother Newton. I want to give you the utmost and almighty honors and respect, and I'm grateful and thankful for what you do. And, we just dealing with a lot of chaos and confusion, ignorance and stupidity, and I'm just basically waiting to do my part and join and help you, because obviously the brother didn't know he playing with pure solar, and he could get burnt. And I just thank you again. If you could continue the transmission, because it is a great topic.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Take the next call. 336.
I'm a new mentor.
Menzak.
I just wanted to say that I am definitely sacrificing a lot, and I've been learning how to take the gifts that I have and I've picked up during this life and extend them out towards the community by giving to the community. So I know that's what you're talking about, or that's how I'm seeing that love as we enter the fourth dimension together, because it's not about me and what I have. It's not about who I thought I was. It's about who I'm becoming and who we're becoming as one collective. So I just totally resonate with this message, and I was so ready for this podcast. And I still am, and I'm just loving it. So I'm going to continue to keep sacrificing and building.
Okay. Thank you, sister. Beautiful. Linda.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to apologize to you all for that. I didn't mean to get off into a back and forth. I know I didn't want to get off topic, but I promised this person I would take his call and whatnot, and I knew it was going to kind of get down like that. But I do things like that just to show you the mindset of the so-called black male. You understand? And how he's not willing to sacrifice things in the name of love. Because, see, again, it's all about sacrifice. If you see people who are coming together, right, and somebody's offering something that you're not willing to do, the true love and the true way of love is to show respect for it. Even if you don't agree, even if you be like, I ain't with it, I don't understand, but let me just get out the way. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with it, but I'm going to just go ahead and get out the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to come and take shots because I'm angry, because I'm jealous, because I don't get it, I'm emotional. That's, like I said, that's about the love of self, because, again, The love of self is based on people, place, and possession. And like I told people all the time, them people who got time to hate on me and worry about me and whatever the case may be, like I said, you got unhealthy energy toward me. You got love for me flipped on the inside out. You understand? Because if you got time to worry about what I'm doing and talk about me, you got time to post in groups, that's a useless soul right there. That's burnt out. You understand? If you really feel I'm doing something wrong, then you do what you got to do, start what you got to start, and you make it happen. You replace me. I always welcome people to come up and replace Mentellect. If you think that you got something beyond Mentellect, if you think you could do my job, then go ahead by all means and try it. I dare you. I dare you to start to do my job. See, because this takes a great love, because many times I thought about giving up. You know what I'm saying? And it was never an option because I'm a slave to this. I'm a slave to Amen, and I do the will of my Father. You understand? I do the will of my Father here. So giving up is not an option. You understand? I walked this path many times where there was nobody. It was just me by myself. And then Brother Minjaz came with me when I walked by myself. You understand? And that was all based on sacrifice. I sacrificed my three-dimensional love for things and whatnot, people, places, and possession, relationships and things, to do the will of Amen. I sacrificed a relationship with somebody I was with for 5 years who I deeply love. And I sacrificed that. I sacrificed that and whatnot because I knew that person really wasn't of Amen. You understand? And there was no way to convert them into that knowledge, because you can't convert those people who are not of Amen. You can't. You understand? That's why I say love on the three-dimensional side is not real. The test is when you come to the fourth-dimensional side where Amen is present, and you have to then see and measure, is that love going to be real that you might have had with somebody before Amen came into effect? Because I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 it won't be, because the love of Amen will extend you. And the person that you was walking in a relationship with will become smaller and smaller and smaller, unless they are extending themselves by the power of Amen, because then it don't become about you no more. It don't become about the two of you no more. It's all about Amen. 347.
Hey, Newman, it's Marvin.
What's going on, brother?
I tuned in kind of late, and I was trying to get to, the understanding of the topic, and I heard a bunch of ranting and arguing. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then
I allowed some Negro to have 10 minutes of talk time, because obviously he wanted 10 minutes of fame. He wanted to be heard because he kept coming in the Mentellect radio groups on Facebook and talking crap about me and disrespect. Because like I said, the black male is very disrespectful. He has no respect for nothing, even himself. So he thinks nothing of attacking men who are actually doing something. You know what I'm saying? He thinks nothing of it because he feels that by attacking, people who are more seasoned and focused on things, he feels that's going to be a feather in his cap, and plus he wants attention. So I let him have his 10 minutes of attention, and he basically, like I thought, had nothing to say, nothing of any real substance. So for that, I apologize. I sacrificed 10 minutes of my broadcaster here to let a simple-minded Negro run his mouth about nothing.
All that was disrespect, and I don't really like all that disrespectful shit. I can't tolerate that, the disrespect. So if anybody is listening and they have questions, do not come on here disrespecting Newman at all. I'm Marvin from Harlem. I'm not even a street guy, but I do not like disrespect. It makes no sense. I just wanted to say that, and I'm going to keep listening.
Yeah, like I said, inboxing me. I'm like, you keep listening, ain't no sense. Ain't we done talking, man? Because like I said, it's no talking to people like you. See, this is what people don't understand. I'm not trying to convince nobody to follow me, listen to me, join the Republican Mentellect. I'm not trying to convince nobody of nothing. If you don't get it, then it's just not for you. Go someplace else. You understand? Why force the point? I'm not trying to explain nothing to black people. I already put it out there. Like I said, I put it out there continuously, and, black people, their minds are just closed. They only understand and follow the three-dimensional states. Hell, most of them two-dimensional. So, again, I'm not focused on that. I cannot keep – like I said, there's no remedial course for Mentellect. There's no remedial course for Mentellect. You can't, You can't get it. You can't get it through the hard heads and niggas. You can't get it through their hard heads. They're not trying to understand it. They want to argue with you. They want to fight with you. They want to try and prove wrong. They want to go back and forth. Look, there ain't no going back and forth. It's not for you. Just stop listening. Simple as that. You think I'm a fraud? I'm a phony? I'm trying to rip people off, and you don't think I'm sacrificing for this? Then don't live. I'm lying to the people. But yet again, I ask them, well, what do you have to offer? Because that's always key to me. You can say blah, 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 blah. What do you have to offer? Okay, I'm wrong. If the doctrine is wrong, what I'm teaching is wrong, intellect is wrong, what are you offering? And
but you didn't have nothing to offer.
Nothing. So why are you even talking to me if you can't give the people nothing to offer? I'm offering community, a collective community, something that the so-called black race thinks is unimportant. I'm offering that in the Republic of Mental. I'm offering separation from the black race. Separation. Oh, why you don't talk about what's going on in America? Nigga, you don't know what's going on in America. What the hell is the difference in talking like you niggas understand what's really going on in front of your face? I did more things explaining the American government to break down how this thing really works, and these niggas got the nigga, you don't talk about what's going on in America. You know how many broadcasts I did on that? And these niggas don't even understand what's going on right in front of their face.
Everything that's actually going on. You just don't pay attention. You don't feed into the fraudness or fluffing it up. You give what's actually going on. I think they're looking for more of like you know how the news media covers it with the little news BS. But when they don't hear that stuff,
what it is, they just looking to argue, brother. That's all. They're not trying to sacrifice. He just told you he ain't trying to sacrifice nothing to go out here and get his people. So again, there's no love here. And like I said, he inboxed me, I should call back, and we done talking. Ain't no more talking with you. We done. You showed me what you about, which is nothing. And like I said, this is why I write off the black race, because again, how you approach things, how you do things, you don't even understand. You understand? So it's useless, because like I said, it's not a back and forth. We're not sparring here. We done talking. We're not sparring here. So
he's a person of the brain. All right.
Yeah, well,
I just want to say this. Hold on. Can I say this real quick?
Right.
Real quick. I just want to say he's a person of the brain, not the mind. You are a person of the mind. He's a person of the brain. The brain always wants to read books.
He's not a person of the brain, brother. No, don't even give him that credit. He's not even a person of the brain, brother. Because like I said, the brain is supposed to be sparked by the mind. The mind is solar. The brain is electric. Again, they have to work in unison because there's an electrical charge coming through that solar projection. So
yeah, but you just said black, so therefore his mind has no spark.
No, he don't have no spark. He's moving off of the current. He don't have no spark. The mass majority of the people are moving off of the current that the white man puts out here in the three-dimensional realm, which is a spiritual energy. Basically, zombie-fied doctrines like Islam, Christian. You heard him say, I was Muslim, I was this, I was that, and you still one of them people within the religion of this society. Spirituality, conscious. He kept calling me conscious. He said, yeah, are you conscious people? I'm the one who spoke against the conscious community. So you don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not part of no goddamn conscious community. I'm not part of no woke niggas. I'm not part of that nonsense. You understand? He keeps talking about, yeah, you talking about the conscious people. You don't even understand what I teach. But what are you going to come up here and argue with me for?
Makes no sense.
Sure,
but let's take another call.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, bro.
Take care.
That's it.
915.
Well, yes, Mentellect is wrong in ways because Mentellect says that Amen is the Most High. But if Mentellect did their research on who Amen is, then you'll know that Amen will be Murdoch. Murdoch, all you need to do is read the Sumerian's text, the original text, and you'll see who Murdoch is. You'll see who Amen is. You'll know who Anu is. So these people are being misled because they don't do research. They don't get a chance to think for themselves, quote unquote, like you claim that do. But obviously they're not because they're stuck in this realm, and you're saying that you are the truth. You are the truth, but you have to look at the fact that who Amen is. Amen is not the Almighty. Anu. And
okay.
Wait, just wait a minute. Let me finish real fast, then you can talk. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying. Let me finish. Okay. Amen cannot be the Most High. Okay, because Amen is Murdoch. Murdoch is also Amen Ra, Amen, and he has 4 or 5 different names, just like his father. His father is Enki, and Enki has about 4 or 5 different names. His brother Enlil has about 4 or 5 different names. So you can't say Amen is the Most High because that would be incorrect. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the Sumerian text proves it, and that's 10,000, 20,000 years before that weak holy Bible. We know that Bible is not real. We know that it's fake. We know that it's a white man's thing. But at the same time, you have to do your research before you start claiming these other gods and saying that these are the gods. Because, first of all, Enki and Enlil, those are not my gods. Amen is not a god as well. They're not gods. They wanted to be gods. So what they did, they wanted people to work. They didn't want to do the work. So they created the people in their image to do the work, which was the slaves, which was the black race and the so-called white race. They were digging the gold, mining the gold, doing for these other beings from a different planet, from Nibiru. So you have to go deep into it, and you'll see that Amen is not a god. Amen has a father, which is Enki. So Enki would be the god, but he's not your God. He wouldn't be your God because Anu would be Enki's father, and Anu would be the Most High. But since Anu had nothing to do with the human race, the earthlings is what they called us, he doesn't care about you, me, or anybody else on this planet. And so his so-called sons don't neither, because that is why Anu caused the great deluge, the flood, to get rid of these humans, because they don't listen. And they're never going to listen. And you're never going to get 144,000 people, because the 144,000 people that they claim they're trying to get, for what? To be a slave to Enki and Enlil and Amen or Murdoch? I mean, that's pointless. So if you do your research on the Sumerian text, you'll see that you are wrong. And not just you, it's a lot of people wrong. We don't need leaders. We don't need teachers, because since the black community has had leaders and teachers, they've been more separated than anything. So that we can just cut all that out. We need to come together as one, but that'll never happen because we're too. Everybody wants to fight against each other and with each other, because when a brother do say something, the first thing they do is he's wrong, he's wrong, he's wrong, he's wrong. They never.
You mean like what you're doing right now with me? You mean like what you're doing now with me?
I've listened to you. No. I've listened to you, but I do my research.
Okay.
See, that's a big difference. Let me finish. Let me just finish. I'll let you take your turn. I'll let you take your turn. I will not interrupt you. I promise. Let me just get this out. Okay? I'm not disrespecting you. I listen. But when you're wrong, you are wrong. That's all I can say. If you're right, now you do make some good points, but that's good for elementary, all right? That's good for elementary, but you make good points as far as separating from certain beings. But the so-called black man, or the black man himself, I'm going to say the black man, the African, we are supposed to be unified. If one brother falls, you're supposed to help that brother out and not turn your back on that brother, because that is your brother, no matter what. So, but then you move on and you keep teaching, or you keep spreading reality, truth, or whatever it may be. But it got to be the real. It can't be anything fake. It can't be fake. It can't be any lies. It can't be in that. So I'll let you talk now, because I'm done, because I know it's a fact. I can prove it's a fact that I know who that is. I know who Murdoch is. That's Amen. I know who Enlil and Enki are. I know the names of all these entities, all these other beings, so I know that Amen is not the Most High. I do my research. So now I'll let you go ahead and talk, and I will not interrupt you. But at the same time, this is not an argument, it's not a debate, because I don't get into that. I don't need to get into that. I just go with reality and in the research. That's all I go with. So you go ahead and you explain to me.
First of all, I'm going to explain to you. First of all, where in the Sumerian text do they say that Murdoch is Amen? Where?
Oh, it's all through the Sumerian text. As a matter of fact, let me
no,
go
it
ahead
is not. No, it is not.
I'm going to prove this. I am going to prove this to you, then. Let me go ahead and get Let me go ahead and get my book. Let me get my book, and I hope you got this book as well.
Hold on. I'm about to answer.
I'm going to prove it. I'll prove it.
Because
it's easy to prove.
Okay, but hold on.
It's easy to prove.
You're going to tell. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to answer you, because nowhere, and you're saying Amen, because if you listen to my broadcast before, I said that the Amen beings are a race. I didn't say it was one individual. I said it is a race. Did you hear me say that? Yes or no?
I'm going to tell you, I did not hear you say
yes
it because
no?
I didn't listen to your whole broadcast.
Yes no?
I did not. I just said I didn't hear you say that. But even though, wait, even you said a group of beings, a group of beings.
Hold on. I didn't say anything when you talk. I said from day one, Amen is a race, not one person.
But didn't you say Amen was the Almighty? Didn't you say Amen is the Most High?
That's what I'm talking about. I got to put you on mute. No, you don't have any facts.
No, you don't have. I'm just saying what you said.
On. You don't know anything. Hold on, let me explain why.
I don't know anything.
Because hold on, you don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why you don't know what you're talking about. Because
I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, I do.
Hold on, let me finish, brother. I didn't say nothing when you talk. Okay, this is my program. I didn't say not one thing.
I know you didn't say anything. As a matter of fact, when I was talking, you was interrupting.
Okay, see, you don't know. You want to talk, and I didn't say nothing. I'll let you come on here graciously ask me questions. Then when I'm trying to answer,
just go ahead. Just go ahead and I'll prove to you. All you talking, I'll prove to you. Go ahead.
And I will go ahead. Learn how to keep your mouth closed.
Go ahead.
Why
and I'll prove to you.
It's because, again, hold on, brother. Why are you still talking? Okay. First of all, you discard one book known as the Bible, and you call it something false from the white, right? Then you say, but then you discard it for another book. Hold on. Who wrote the Sumerian text? Because it's just as far as I'm concerned.
The Sumerians wrote that text. The Sumerians wrote that text.
Okay, so
the Sumerians, the brothers, the black folks.
So what makes the Sumerians? Hold on, wait a minute. Because everything that they're writing about is dealing with future events. They're talking about futuristic people, advanced people. Okay, so if they're talking about a race of beings, they didn't speak about one person. They spoke about a race of beings coming here, a race. And I said that race is Amen. I said the Amen beings, I've always used the word beings, begat the human beings. That's what I said. So all this business about me saying Amen is Most High as an individual, I never said that. I said that the race.
You never
is
said
Most High.
that. You never said that. I can pull a.
Hello, are you listening
okay,
or what?
I can pull a video up.
Okay.
I can pull a video up for you. I can pull one of your videos up and show you that you said that.
Okay,
what, you changed your mind already? Because I have a video saying you said this.
I didn't say nothing when you talk. I didn't say nothing. Did I
you
keep my mouth open?
Yes, you did. I'm not arguing with you. Don't yell and scream because you don't need to be upset. Just because people don't agree with everything you say. Just because people don't agree with everything you say, you should not get upset. We are talking. We are talking. Don't get upset.
Okay, I gotta put this Negro on mute because I'm trying to answer you, and you talking over me because you really don't want me to make the point. Because I sat there, I said nothing when you talk. I let you say all that nonsense which came out your mouth. First of all, the Amen beings is a race. It is not an individual. The Amen is a race. All this Inky and Murdoch stuff, you read a book. You can read another book that could say something totally different. So how do you say one book is right and discard another book? Because you say the white man wrote this book, but the Sumerians wrote that book. A book is a book. What it comes up to when we are in this latter day, we would have a greater understanding, a greater comprehension of the Amen being, far much greater than what they had in the past. So being that we are people going into the future, will we not have a better understanding or comprehension than they did back 20,000, 30, whatever thousand years you got? Again, you don't know who really wrote that book. You believe that the Sumerians wrote that book, and you believe they're telling the truth. Now, do I go with a lot of things they say? Yeah, because it makes sense. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they are describing a race of beings who came here, not one person. You still calling that God nonsense, the Most High, the Most High. It's a race of beings. And this is why the elect is being raised, because the elect are supposed to be that vessel for those elect beings or those race of beings who are coming back to inhabit their bodies. This is what I say. The reason for raising a 144,000 elect is to put them in power so that they can rule as lords on earth. I never said that the Amen beings were a race of gods. They are a race of lords, a.k.a. judges. You understand? Overseers. That's what I said. You understand? And they set up a system of masters and slaves. The masters were supposed to be our people, whatnot, the ones who were projected here, and the overseers, the slaves were supposed to be the human race. That is real. Again, there is a hierarchy and a lowerarchy, and that is done by a collective race. You still hung up on the God, the devil thing. You understand? Which shows me you don't know what you're talking about. Murdoch and Inky, these are all books and things you read. You think you know something, but again, you're just reading out of a book. I'm getting live feeding transmission because if I wouldn't, I couldn't raise the community. You're not doing anything but reading out of a goddamn book. And I'm not talking about no Inky and no Murdoch. The names don't matter because you quoting and getting caught up on personalities and individuals. I'm talking about a race in this day and time. You understand? And they had a thing where they shifted power. Whoever was in charge and whatnot, whoever they elected, those are going to take up the power in this day and time as the elect. The elect represent the body or the vessel of those who will be inhabited by the Amen being in this day and time, the elect. Okay? You talked about, it's about keeping it real. You like the other guy all over the place. It's about keeping it real and not speaking down on and talking against another brother. But that's what you just called it and did. You understand? You talking about, we don't need no leaders. Well, then who leads the people to coming together? How do the people just come together without a leader? How does that happen? How does that happen? How do people come together without a leader, without somebody bringing them together? Because if that was the case, and like I said, you guys like you promote this anarchy, we don't need no leaders, well, then why ain't the black race coming together? You sitting up here saying that the black race need to come together. So what, you want to take the position to get out here and bring the people together? You going to sacrifice yourself and say, hey, brother, we need to come together? No, you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is speak against somebody like me and say, I'm lying because you read some text that you think is 20,000, 30,000 years old about what some people said and whatnot, and you're not dealing with the reality of what Amen is. See, a lot of people can talk about stories, a lot of people can talk about accounts and whatnot, but if you don't truly embody it, then it don't really mean nothing. It don't mean nothing because obviously you don't really understand the account. You don't. Like I said, and then it showed me I kept on trying to explain to him. You understand? I kept on trying to explain to him. You understand? I kept trying to explain it. You see, he kept cutting me off, right? He kept cutting me off because he really don't want to know the answer. And we got the night in Negroes tonight where they emotional and they angry and whatnot. I'm trying to explain. I sat there. I didn't say not one thing when he was saying what he was saying. I'm saying, calling me a liar, insulting me, saying, we don't need no leaders. Like I said, then who brings the people together? Who brings the people together if we don't need no leaders? Who brings them together? You understand? Why? Like I said, obviously I'm leading you Negroes to listen to my broadcast. Then you shouldn't even be listening to me. If it's all about individual thought and you know so much about the Sumerian tablets and things like that, then why don't you go out here and teach the people, which I don't even understand what you're reading it for because according to you, like I said, what's the point in that? It's just these people who want to know things just to know things. There's no point in it. Y'all gather information like the so-called white man. You don't gather intelligence because when you receive intelligence, you know how you fit into it, what it really means, what your place is in it. That's intel. These Negroes get information. They read all these books, and they don't even know what that stuff means. They don't know how they fit into it, what it means in this day and time. All he did was tell me about a bunch of characters. Where do you fit into that? Where does the elect fit into that? There ain't going to be no elect. You ain't going to gather no elect. See? But it's okay to just keep being lost and following the white man. He's okay with that. We don't need no leaders. Man, let me take the next call. Foolishness. Foolish night. 336. Yes, hello.
Peace, Nuben. I just wanted to say that this podcast or broadcast was for, to know if there was love in the fourth dimension. I feel like these demons are trying to get you off that path of talking about it, so I would just keep pushing, to get that message out, because if they really wanted to answer, they would go look in the previous videos that we've already made. So just keep doing what you're doing and just keep pushing these demons to the side because they don't matter.
No, they don't. Thank you. And I'm not mad at anything. I'm just like, I get passionate, and I'm trying to explain things to you because I got a way of always giving people time to come in, let them say what they got to say. And usually I just go ahead and cut people off. But see, when you cut people off like that, they accuse you of saying, see, you don't really want the real truth to come out. See, you trying to hide something. Mentellect, you trying to hide something, so you don't want the truth to come out. I'll let you come out, and then y'all come out with a bunch of gibberish. Then you show yourself to talk some gibberish, and you're not saying nothing. You telling me about some Sumerians. We're not following the Sumerians. We following Amen. We ain't following the Egyptians. We following Amen. What part don't you? This is Amen Ra and Amen Re. These Negroes is caught up in the past, man. They caught up in the past. You understand, man? Go study the meta-nexus somewhere, man. Like I said, you're not understanding this transmission we get in this day and time. You trying to come to us with a bunch of ancient stuff, and we coming with the future of Amen as a race. And we've been saying that. Because that's how these Amen beings came here, as a race. They didn't come here as individuals. They came here as a race. And they come now, and they're making transmission to claim the elect. Again, that's pure love. That's pure love. Because that's a sacrifice, again, that the Amen beings make to utilize us as vessels. That's a form of pure love. You understand that? That's a form of pure love. Again, I apologize because you see, I don't see. It's the reason why I usually try not to take calls because you get people who are trying to entertain a lot of nonsense. Because, like the young lady said, people get thrown off, and I'm focusing on something. You understand? And you get caught up in the moment. You know what I'm saying? You trying to like really break stuff down, but then the chilling thing is that they really don't want to know. Because they'll overtalk me. When I try to answer, they keep talking over me. I was quiet. I ain't say nothing. I let them talk. Then when I'm trying to answer, they talking over me. They're not letting me get a word out. Because they really don't want to know. They didn't come here to know anything. They come here, they want to debate. They want, you lying, you trying to make things. They want to be heard. That's all. So I'm going to just stop with that, man. I said, this is exactly why. All right? They just want to be heard. And I tell them, why don't you go and set up your own blog talk account and do your own broadcast. You could talk all about Kemet. You could talk about Sumeria, Inky, and Enlil, and whatnot, and good luck to you. We're not dealing with that. We're dealing with Amen as a race. We are a race of Amen. If you don't understand that, this ain't for you then. You're not of Amen. I'm not talking to you people who are just going to sit up here who don't understand why I got to explain it to. I told you there's no remedial course for MENTELLECT. Okay? And that's what it ends up being. The fact that I've been up here and and even take the time to do that shows a true love and sacrifice, and not for them people, but for you all, those of you who may have doubt like me. And I know my true people don't have this doubt. They know what it is. They know what time it is. After everything I done presented to you and it resonates with you and you are in alignment and born of Amen, you already know what this is, and you know the type of energy we're going to get in here, what we face. This Negro just came out and said, ain't going to be no 144. He was like animate about that. That nigga was animated about it. Ain't no 144, and we don't need no. That nigga was animated about that. You feel that spirit coming off him, and that's the spirit of the beast, man. He don't really want to see this thing happen, and that's the same mindset this nigga had the first one they called. They don't want to see this come together because they're not a part of it. They want us all to die. They want us all to fade into blackness together. You understand? That was them trying to feed off of this energy, because how simple would it be just not to listen? If you don't agree, don't listen. Simple as that. I don't want from any argument, any debate, or nothing like that. But if you're not going to listen, that shows me you're really not sincere about wanting to know the answer. And why I say what I say, you're not interested in the logic of it. Pure love is, again, the extension of our connection. Amen is going to extend our connection from the three-dimensional world until it breaks. Amen, I'm going to say this again. Amen will extend our love in the three-dimensional as we come into the fourth until it breaks apart, till it's no more two. It's only one, and then you are moving in the body of Amen. It's like y'all separated, but y'all together. You're separated, but you're together as that body of Amen. You're separated, but you're together within Amen. You understand? It's no such thing as, it's me and her. No, there ain't no such thing as that. It's Amen. And if you're of Amen, again, that's what the serpent seed represents. The meshing of the man and woman in one body, one mind, one soul, after the order of Amen. Not the couple, not the two. That type of love fades away in the three-dimensional realm. You understand? That's why you got all these people out here. They keep saying they're looking for love in all the wrong places. They get with all these people, different people. They're trying to find that same. They're trying to recreate or reconnect that same spark that they got when they was in that stage of infatuation. They're trying to reconnect that. You understand? And they don't never, and they become junkies. That emotional love that they had in the first thing, because that always wears out. That infatuation, that emotional connection always wears out. That sexual energy, it always wears out. So if you're not evolving into a greater state of love, which is sacrifice for that union and the attachment unto Amen, then you're not really part of that pure reality of love, sacrifice. You're not really part of that. You understand? You're not really part of that. have an understanding of that, even a greater understanding of that, a complete comprehension that love ultimately is the sacrifice of all things people place in possession, or the embracing and the embodiment of honor. You're going to scrutinize love, the love that you thought you had in the 3 dimensions on an even greater level once you have an understanding of that. Once you have an understanding of that, you're going to scrutinize your partners, your friends, your so-called family members. You're going to scrutinize them on a greater level once you come into that acceptance, that embracing of Amen. Once you embrace that, and the extension starts to happen, and you start to grow within that, and you desire, only thing you desire is power, solar connection to Amen, to extend yourself to the highest degree and beyond and keep going, then, like I said, these unions in the 3-dimensional world are not going to matter. Only thing that's going to survive that is that person being truly of Amen. So again, you are alone, but you are part of the body. You are alone, but you are part of the body. Like, for example, I'll give you an example, right? You might have 2 fingers that might be fused together, but as time goes on, and, you're growing like in a state of fetus, your fingers start to separate, but it's still part of the body, right? Your hands and your toes and things are fused together in the beginning. And as you were growing and developing, they start to separate. Right? They start to separate as time goes on. You're growing in the womb, they separate, but they're still part of the body. That's how love really works. You are part of something bigger and greater than yourself. That's how love really works. I'll take one more call. 615.
Now,
615.
you believe in this Amen as a... Yeah. Hello? Hello? Yes. Now, you believe in this Amen as a higher race, but do you eat meat?
All right, man, I'm going to break. I don't want to talk to you no more. Goodbye. We'll be right back. And we're back. Like I said, I want to apologize to you all for the little dust up that we endured and, things. I was trying to get off into the transmission, but I always notice we get certain kind of people that come in when we're doing this broadcast. Right? Love your children, love of your companions, love of things, material possession. Notice in this society, in the 3-dimensional realm, that they're fusing them all together, right? A lot of you people, you love your children and your spouses like you love a handbag, like you love a pair of shoes, like you love going to your favorite place. You get what you call favorite people, and you develop a love or an infatuation for them based on 3-dimensional things. Oh, that person makes me laugh. That person's funny. That person. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But ultimately, when it's time to stop laughing, when it's time to stop joking, when it's time to stop playing, and the connection as you become more serious about extending yourself, and you see that person is not serious, then the connection starts to dissipate. The connection starts to get lost. The connection starts to get lost as you want to stop laughing, you want to stop talking about trivial things, you want to stop talking about nonsense, and you want to extend yourself to something beyond, the present 3-dimensional state, and you're not extending yourself to that. That's when love starts to fade. That's when love starts to fade. You no longer recognize these people because you're growing into something and becoming something that is unrecognizable to those who are trapped in the 3-dimensional state of love. And they will either do one or two things. They will either grow this extension, right, separately from you. And as you are growing separately together, you will find your way toward each other in that extension, or you will grow apart. You will grow apart. The greater love, the sacrifice, is the wanted desire for those who enter in to this extension of Amen to become a greater extension and perception of themselves, or without possession. Right? Again, love is a word that sounds pretty. It's a word that sparks joy in your mind, but you really, once you get on the fourth dimensional side, that you're not going to like what it really means. You're not going to like that. Love is what you embrace when it is a form of possession. That's my bag. I love that bag. That's my favorite shoes. I love those shoes. That's my man. I love him. That's my girl. I love her. Possession. That's what you admire about love, possession. But then when the object of your love becomes Amen, and you start to find that the Amen demands sacrifice for you to be worthy of that love, then you find that greater connection. You find that. You find that greater connection and the connection with Amen, something that you will never find with a man, with a woman, with your children, if they're not growing within that state of Amen. If they're not growing within that state of Amen, separately, not growing because you with them or because they feel like they doing it for you. No, you're not. They can't do it for you. You can't do it for them. You have to do it separately because, as I said, you all came here separately, and you're going to leave here separately. You understand? This idea of soulmates. I spoke about the soulmates, and then I spoke about the settlements in earlier broadcasts, but the soul mate that I'm talking about was those whose souls are of Amen. Those souls who are of Amen. Everybody in the three-dimensional state is settlements. Everybody in the three-dimensional state is settlements. But when you get in that fourth state and beyond, you become soulmates because now the soul is of Amen. Because what were you projected here by? By solar projection that was of what? Of Amen. So if you were projected here by a solar transmission or solar projection that's of Amen, and that solar projection is throughout you and that soul within you, that living soul, that ever-living soul, then the true love is of Amen. And your only love and your desire to become part of that extension of love and power and greater transmission is all that you desire. The power. Not the people, not the places, not the possession, but the power, the continuous and eternal power of Amen, becoming one with Amen, with the extension, with the elect. That's all you desire, to become part of that, to become part of this extension. And that's why I say, when I kept talking about sacrificing the black race for Amen, right, sacrificing the black race for Amen, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow in Detroit class, right, sacrificing the black race for Amen, the continuous exodus, the constant exodus out of the black race, but for this so-called thing of love, this love thing, this we all brothers and we all sisters, we got to be down together. That's what's keeping us down. It's keeping us disconnected from Amen. The time I took to entertain ignorance tonight for people who really not trying to understand or make a connection, they don't give a goddamn about this. And there's people still calling in here. Still, same guy still calling in here trying to make a point about Amen. Dude, don't even call in no more. Don't even call in no more. I'm done talking to you. Because you don't get it. You don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, if you want Murdoch is Amen, if that's what you want to believe, fine. You believe that in the Sumerian tablets, that's fine. Go teach that someplace else. We teach you something totally different. You don't even get it. Understand? And this is why the black race has to be sacrificed. This is why. This is why we have to cut off all connection with them. You understand? This is why we got to cut off connection with them, all frequency, because that is the true love of Amen. The true love of Amen is to sacrifice those who are on the three-dimensional side. Cut off connection with them. Because all they're going to do is pull you down. They want you to die with them. They want you to die with them. They want you to die in darkness with them, under the beast. You understand? Like I said, this nigga of the county, you ain't going to be no 144. He was animate about that. He don't want to see it happen because he's not a part. Again, this goes to show you. And that's why I take calls like that, just so you see the mindset of the so-called black race in this day and time. See, because the love, the ultimate love and sacrifice is what we're going to be required to do in this day and time. That's the ultimate love. Sacrifice everything in the three-dimensional world, even your connections. And if they meant to come back together in the fourth dimension, oh well, so be it. But you'll know by that time it's of Amen. you'll know it's of homage of something greater. You understand? Because you can sit up here and you can talk about how you love somebody one minute, next thing you know, if that person passes away, then you're trying to find somebody else to love. Again, you came here alone, and you're going to leave here alone. But what continues is the body of homage. This covenant, this elect, this 144,000 represents the covenant of homage. This is forever. This is forever. You understand? This is forever. And a lot of people who are not moving by that, who forget that, want to get caught up in their black world, their black problems, their black families, their black friends and whatnot, Amun's going to judge you for that. Amun will judge you for that. You are not the ones who truly love Amun because you're not willing to sacrifice them. You're not willing to sacrifice your black ways. You're not willing to sacrifice people, place, and possession, even the people that you have become. And on the state of becoming, in the state of becoming, we are in the state of becoming persons. They want to stand in the way of that. Because I said our people are growing. They're growing out of the age of ignorance, out of the age of darkness, out of the age of belief, and into the age and into the era of intelligence, pure knowledge, pure logic, pure rationale, where this is resonating. That took a sacrifice. That took a sacrifice. I make sacrifices every day for this in the name of Amun, not for the people, but for the power. And those who are part of the power, that's why I say I don't care about who comes and who stays in the Republic of MENTELLECT because I'm not here for the people. I'm here for the power. And those who are of the power, then I love you in the name of Amun. I don't love you because I like you or you my favorite person. I don't give a shit about you. Excuse my language. I don't. As people, I don't give a shit about y'all. My love is for Amun. I don't give a shit about no Sumerian text, none of that nonsense. I don't give a shit about that. What is the Sumerian text doing for you niggas now? What is the Medu Netta and the Atrahasis and the Enuma Elish and all that shit you niggas talking about? What is that doing for you now? You understand? What is that doing for you now? Don't tell me nothing about no Atrahasis, no Enuma Elish, no Gilgamesh Epic, no Murdoch. Like I said, Amun is bringing the family together now. And we sacrificing you niggas who don't get it, man. We sacrificing you. Raw and uncut. That's the greatest love. We sacrificing the things, like I said, the three-dimensional things. The jealousy, the envy, that's the most important thing. That's why Amun was able to pass these 1,000+ transmissions through me to you all and uniting you all as one, as that race of Amun. So, and that far outweighs any simple-ass niggas that don't get it, that want to keep talking about Inky and Murdoch and then Lil and all this other nonsense. Some shit you read out of a book. They talk, I know. You don't know nothing. You ain't no different than them niggas that read the Bible and the Quran. You know different. If it's another nigga reading out of a book and don't know nothing, no live feed, no live transmission, no nothing. Ain't raising shit. Just running your damn mouth. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. 615. Don't call back here no more. You ain't got nothing to offer the people, man. Real talk. Exactly. Thank you. Don't call back no more. Don't call us. We'll call you. This is pure love, man. I do this out of pure love, man. Pure love. The wrath of Amun comes through and whatnot, and sometimes people got to get their ass spanked, man, in the name of Amun. Sometimes you got to lose everything. You got to lose your friends, your family, your partners, your lovers, everything. You got to lose everything. You got to be broken down, man. See, I've been through that already, and I still embrace Amun. So Amun replenished everything in the fourth dimension for me. Amun replenished everything. But you have to understand that in order to have that pure love, sacrifice, you have to be willing to sacrifice everything in the three dimensions to get the purest love. You can't come in, I love my man, I don't want to sacrifice, I love my girl, I don't want to sacrifice, I love my children. Man, they not a Amun, man. They already been sacrificed, man. You just holding up the process. You understand? I told you when you get on the other side of this thing, this infatuation, this possession of love, you're not going to like what you see because it's not going to cater to your three-dimensional wants and desires on what you believe love is. It's not going to cater to that. But it's going to be great power in that because to go backwards is death. To go backwards in the three-dimensional state of people, place, and possession is death. Like I said, the black race is dead. Why? Because they have a love of people, place, and possession. They have a love for that. They don't love Amen. They don't love Amen because they don't even understand. They so caught up in their love of people, place, and possession on the three-dimensional side. The love of Amen is pure sacrifice, pure humility, the want and the desire and the willingness to start with nothing. No people, closing your legs, no people, no sex, no nothing, no partners, no nothing, no material possessions, no none of that. None of that. You understand? None of that. See, once you start talking about sacrifice them things, then you'll see who's really of Amen. I don't know. My husband, my wife, my children, my car, my house, my money, my this, that, and the third. Did you come here with that? So what the hell makes you think you're going to leave here with that? Or those people in your life? You're not going to leave here with that. All you have is your mind, your body, and your soul, and that connection to Amen. That potential connection, because what slows you down is your love of these things. And it's not going to register on the fourth dimension, on the next side. It's not. I promise you that. And again, I apologize to you all for the early death stuff. So let me go ahead and read these questions before we get out of here. Does love really exist on the fourth dimension, in the fourth dimension and beyond? No, sacrifice does. Love, or what you call the possessive love of 1, 2, 3 people, place, and possession, exists on this side as possession. But on the other side is power by way of sacrifice. That becomes the true love. Sacrifice. Why? Because we sacrifice these things to embrace Amen. The all, the total, we lightened our load. Become part of that righteousness and that brighter extension. What is love based on in this three-dimensional world? Possession. I love my favorite car. I love my favorite bag. I love my man. I love my woman. I love my family. I love this. I love that. Possession. That's what it's based on. It's not real. It's not real. You're wanting desire to possess something that don't belong to you. I told you your children don't belong to you. Your cars and your houses don't belong to you. You didn't make them. You understand? You didn't make them. You possess them for a little while until you don't possess them no more. Amen put them in. Created them, projected them. However, Amen put them in, so you don't own none of that. So how are you going to possess it? How are you going to be so possessive about things that you don't even own? It didn't come through you. That came through you, but didn't come from you, I should say. You understand? What is love supposed to be? Love is supposed to be true love after the fourth dimension of possession is power, which comes by way of sacrifice, the eternal coming forth and the eternal state of becoming. That's what you love. You love the process. You're supposed to love the process, the growth, the constant evolution, the constant power, the state of motion. That's what you love. Amen provides that as part of the collective, as part of the elect. Not as individuals, but as part of the elect. You understand? The elect represents the power, the chosen, those who are going to be chosen to grow within this body of Amen. Those who not, they're not going to get it. What is the illusion of love in the three-dimensional world? That you possess something, that you can actually possess something and love it and whatnot. You under that illusion. That you can actually possess something and love it. That you caught up in these three-dimensional things, that you actually can possess something and call it love. When it's nothing but infatuation and the want and desire to possess material things. You don't possess that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having material things. You know what I'm saying? But when you have that possessive state about it, that's fleeting. Will the mass majority of the world find love? True love? No. No. Just infatuation, empty infatuation, like I say, it always severs. Empty infatuation always severs over time. It always severs. Right? It always breaks apart. It's not real. And in that trying to chase that false love, and trying to chase that, you're going to miss your connection to Amen. And that's it. We're going to end this broadcast in the name of Amen, by the power of Amen. And Amen we trust, and Amen we think, and Amen we continue forward forever. All right? I'm going to be speaking out here in Detroit at the Civic Center out there. Again, like I said, I'll put the address out for all of you. Those of y'all that said the address enough times. So, I'm about to end this. So, once again, Menzeka Aminu to you. I'm the intellectual Nubian Menkari. This has been Mentellect Radio.
Rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. The students public of Mentellect. Black race to the white race. If it's hell, and then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you. The infinite capabilities that we can do. We the Republic.